and welcome back to TIKES Tips. My name is Marion Boreros, and I'm an early childhood mental health consultant for the No-Wean-City Seats program in Orleans Parish. Today, I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about children who have difficulty participating in group activities. When we think of group activities, picture large group. So usually something that involves the whole class, something like story time, circle time, anything like that is usually considered a large group activity. What does difficulty with these activities look like? Well, you've probably experienced it. It could mean having a hard time transitioning to the group activity, maybe some resistance there. It could also be blurting out, using their bodies in unsafe ways, really doing a lot of movement. It could also be inattentiveness, not paying attention, or having a hard time focusing or engaging in the group activity. How common is this experience? And I'm here to tell you that it's a really, really common phenomenon. So most teachers, I'd say at least once during a school year, will report this grievance that they are having a hard time with maybe not all the kids, but at least a few kids having a hard time engaging in large group activities. And let me tell you what, part of that is that this age group, right, 0 to 4, is still really learning how to wait, how to have a calm body, how to focus and attend to things. So it makes sense that in an environment like a large group activity, when kids are expected to usually sit, pay attention, be quiet, there's a lot of different skills that they're practicing. Some kids are great at it, and some kids have a little bit of a harder time. So what are some of the things we can do to help? One supportive strategy would be for those kids having a hard time transitioning to the group activity. Transition warnings will be your friend. So giving that 5-minute warning to the group of children that you're going to be transitioning to circle time, story time, whatever it is, letting them know that in 5 minutes we'll clean up. So pick your last, roll of the car or whatever it is. Some kids might even need an individual transition warning. So a tap on the shoulder, hey little guy, just wanted to let you know, 5 more minutes and we're going to go to circle time. Another thing that can be helpful is maybe unexpected, but shorten or get rid of completely these large group activities. So I've been in centers or classrooms where they are trying to have really long story time and then really long circle time, and maybe the kids in your class just aren't really capable of that yet. So shortening it as much as we can, or eliminating, the multiple large group activities could be a really helpful strategy for keeping kids engaged. Children in this age group usually prefer some hands-on, really interactive experiences. And so trying to sit there with a calm body and pay attention and kind of receive information might just be a little bit too challenging. During your circle time, it might be helpful that once you shorten it, to also include frequent movement or, sharing and interaction to keep kids engaged. Another supportive strategy is to ignore minor inappropriate behaviors. So I know that you've had this experience where maybe one child is being just a little bit too fidgety, but it's not yet distracting the others, and it's not quite harming anyone, but it's not really what you want them to be doing during circle time or story time. And I'm here to tell you that sometimes just ignoring it and letting it go is the quickest way to actually extinguish the behavior. So the more that we provide our adult attention to these behaviors, the more likely they are to repeat and continue. So instead of stopping everything, creating more of a distraction for other kids by correcting or, trying to eliminate a not quite yet disruptive behavior. Sometimes it's a little disruptive, but instead focusing on delivering high quality specific praise to the children that are following directions. So a lot of you probably already do this in your classrooms, but I really like the way that you're sitting. I like the way that you're sitting on your bottom with your legs crossed, to the specific children can often have the same effect of, giving our attention into what we want to see continue can be a really impactful way to eliminate this disruptive behaviors in your large group activities. And our final TIKES tip today for any children who are having difficulty participating in group activities would be to create a supportive space as much as possible. So you're with these children all day, every day usually, and so getting to know them on an individual basis and what might be helpful to have them be successful during these large group activities. So for some children, they might really need that physical, visual reminder of what they're supposed to be doing. So, making sure that Jeremy sits on his square. Jeremy always has the green square. Even the physical boundaries of a carpet can be really impactful for getting children to understand where they're supposed to be and what they're supposed to be doing. And other things that can contribute to a supportive space during a group activity could be fidget toys. Maybe some children are having a hard time, lots of wiggles, really wanting to move their bodies. Some little fidget toys can help them attend more easily. Also, the more interaction we can provide, the more, movement, things using the children's names, having them provide responses can really help keep engagement up. Another thing of keeping a supportive space could be giving children jobs during the circle time. You're turning the page, or you're getting the eraser, whatever it is, giving children jobs that keep them engaged. Some children might just need to be seated next to the teacher. Being right in the action makes it a little bit harder to attend elsewhere or to lose focus. So thinking outside the box as well. Anything that can create a supportive space for your students during these large group activities can promote more engagement and having more rewarding group activities for all. So that's all. Thank you so much.